Sixx Sense with Nikki Sixx.
Nikki Sixx, I'm with Jen. It's Sixx Sense. It's a Friday. I'm feeling good because I got my shoulder surgery finally. 10 years ago or so, we were going to open for the Rolling Stones. I woke up the day before the tour started and I couldn't lift my left arm. I went to Cedars-Sinai Hospital and they x-rayed me, MRI'd me, and said, you have a torn rotator cuff and we suggest you don't do the shows or suggest you don't do the tour. I'm like, this is the dream to open for the Rolling Stones. And Motley Crue is, an arena band, and we're going to do an arena tour with the Rolling Stones. There's going to be a lot of people there that know us too. So this was a dream, one of my favorite bands. So I got cortisone shots, and I was fine. I've been getting cortisone shots for 10 years, masking the pain. Mm-hmm. And it just was finally time, to get it done. So, I talked about pulling off the road for a few years, and I feel so much better today than I felt a week ago, even though I'm in a sling and they drilled into my bones and they found a torn bicep as well in there because I was in so much pain all the time that it feels like I'm moving in the right direction. I mean, it was painful to play guitar or play bass for me. My hand would go numb. That's like my whole life.
I can't wait to see where you are in 2 weeks. 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You're just going to be like all over the place, I feel.
And I hear from a lot of our listeners, it's a very slow process, but I'm feeling very hopeful right now. We'll talk about it more on Sixx Sense. Sixx Sense, Nikki Sixx back with Jen, talking about me getting my rotator cuff repaired this week and my bicep repaired. And, we posted some stuff and we asked our listeners, if they've been through it and, what was their experience. And the feedback was so wide. I mean, I had people say it was a walk in the park. Mm-hmm. I've had other people say it's a year later and I still can't use my arm. So it freaks you out. There's so much information out there, positive and negative, and probably a lot that's not even close to being real.
Yeah, I would be scared to put that out there and scared to read the responses because I see more negative than positive when it comes to surgery things, especially with the hip.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody that responded to you that said, I'm 11 days ahead of you. I don't know if you saw that comment or not, but there was a woman who just got the same thing done. She's like, I'm 11 days ahead of you. Wait until they make you move it. And I'm like, but that's that's terrifying. Like, tell him something good before you drop a bad bomb,
Well, the second day I had to take the sling out and do some small motions.
Oh, God.
And I'm telling you, the pain is unbelievable because everything's tight in there. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to get frozen shoulder, frozen bicep. You want to have full range of motion, especially being a musician. I need to use my arms a lot. And just picking my guitar up. Mm-hmm. Like I have to have, core strength. So there's a lot of stuff that you take for granted. I'm in AA and NA, but I'm taking my pain meds. And a lot of people are really concerned about that for me. And I've had a lot of people say, I don't take pain meds. I think that's a little bit foolish because that's part of the healing process to, not put your body in too much trauma. Obviously, you have to be very careful with them. My wife has them. I went to take one when she was asleep. When you have one hand trying to get the top off of a childproof pill bottle at 3 o'clock in the morning is quite funny. I'm like wrestling with my teeth with it and stuff. But for those of you that are worried about me, don't worry about that. I'm very, 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 very careful. So thanks for all the feedback, and let's have a great night. What do you say?
Okay.
So, Nikki, I'm now going to shave here around the biceps tendon. That will take care of some of this torn tissue. And then I'm going to shave the bone here because to fix the biceps, we're going to reattach it to the bone up here where the groove is. So we'll follow it up here, clean it off. You can see where it's worn the cartilage from the fraying there. So Nikki, here you can see we're going to smooth this bone. This is right above your torn rotator cuff, see? And this is where the rotator cuff needs more room to pass. So I'll take my little shaver and just file off about 6 to 7 millimeters of bone. That'll give us good clearance. So now we'll put our second anchor in, and this will be the one in the back, posterior one. Like the front one, we'll have 3 strong sutures here to hold the back side of the cuff down. And we'll put in our third and final anchor now. This will be the middle one. And like before, we'll run it down so that it's well below the surface. And then we'll sew all 3 of these sutures into the cuff as well. There's a good strong anchor. Okay. Now, Nikki, you can see the final look at the repair there. The cuff all moves as a unit along with the bone. If we look up here on top, we can see where we smoothed the bone. And now what I'm going to do is see if we can get a good bone marrow flow here. So if I turn off the water and open the drains and you watch those little holes, you can see how the bone marrow comes streaming out. So good luck to you. Thanks for your trust. Bye-bye now.